Greetings, YouAttest partners. This is a different type of video than you ever seen. This is a training video. Myself, Garrett, and Kashif, say hello.
Hello.
We'll be training you guys on how to run a demo. We're setting you up a tenant, and we're setting you up two accounts, right, Kashif? We're setting them up an admin account, and that's your first initial last name at YouAttest at alphatechpk.com. And you're also going to be having a reviewer account. Write that down, YA Manager, Alpha Tech, that's your reviewer, okay? And watch how this all plays out. This is gonna be fun. Okay, start as the reviewer. So write Kashif for reviewer, and Kashif has already set everyone up. He's already set up the AD, okay? We have an Azure AD up there. So now all we have to do, say, an app audit. We're going to do a financial app audit. This is the user ID. Now, Kashif, if they had Oct and all that, that's where they'd see that as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whatever tenant they're integrated with, they will see that over here.
Yeah. So I'm going to have some fun, and I'll call this audit. This is how I do it. I just call the date and then something like this. So this is AAD 0817. Now, I've talked to a couple of you guys and saying, hey, I want to run an MSSP. That's where you should put the name of the customer, right? And whatever the audit is to help you categorize it in for the reports, okay? And then I clicked a date that it should be done. This is an app audit. Obviously, you do group or user audits. If you have any questions, just write us at sales, and Kashif will jump on the line and train you more. Okay, so rock and roll. It's already, what has it done, Kashif? It's extracted the information from the Azure AD and said, you have these apps. Now, I'm going to teach you how to do this. This is the one I'm doing at the GRC show and other shows, okay? We'll call this a financial app audit, and then what we're going to do is a siloed resource, okay? So I hit this done, okay. What's real important and let you guys know is Azure takes a little more time for it to get the metadata. Okta is like instantaneous. But this is where you look at your audience. This is what I'll be telling at the shows. I go, listen, this is the risk manager. This is the important job that's not being executed. The risk manager has the job of reviewing no, he doesn't have the job of reviewing the application. He has the job of making sure a review is conducted. That's what this tool is. It's a way for the risk manager, either internal or you guys external, to go in and execute a review. What this has done is said, I know what applications to be done. I know what users have access, and I know what managers are the managers of the users. So what I've done is say, okay, let's push out a review to those managers, okay? I'm gonna hit refresh over here. And then what you'll see here is that the audit is ready, okay? So this audit is ready. It's ready for the attestation campaign to start. All right, Kashif, you know there's a whole bunch of things. We can do what? We can do individual. You wanna talk a little, tell them what they can do individually, and then I'll do what I do.
Sure. What we can do here, if you just click on those three dots up on the checkbox right next to it, yeah. So we can perform, either if you are a risk manager and in some cases you have to do the certification or perform the revocation and do the attestation yourself, these are the two actions you got to take. But if you need, as a risk manager, to assign these to relevant people, maybe the business line managers or other people who are or should be involved in the attestation process, you can use the two bottom functions at the bottom called delegate and auto delegate.
Yeah.
So that's where the risk manager will be.
I like how you took this. I hit auto delegate and the product does it for me. See that message right there, guys? An auto delegate is in progress. It means it's sent it out to the managers, right? And what have we done? We've created, and that's why I've done this for y'all. Here's your second account. Here's your YA manager, okay? So literally what's done is, let's look at one of these users. Gosh, if they did this.
We can hit refresh once if we want to see the columns populated with information.
Okay, I hit refresh here. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Well done. And here's one we'll look for. Like Ashley manager is to be reviewed by YA manager. Thank you, Kasha. That was great. Okay, so let's go over to, I use a different browser. I use Opera. Okay, so here's Opera. And let me hit refresh here. And you'll see there's going to be a delegation email at the top here. Okay, there it is. Rock and roll. Couldn't be happier. See? AAD 0817A. Watch the beauty of this. He clicks this. This is the reviewer. And now the reviewer has two persons, two people, two employees to review. What did we say? Ashley Madison and Kyle Morris. I just say, love it. Okay. I'm going to say, certify. The selected task has been marked as certified. I certified these two users. YA manager in Opera have certified Ashley and Kyle should have access. Now let's have some fun and go back to here. Let's go back to this table here, and I'm risk manager. I'm Garrett risk manager. I'm going to hit refresh, and you'll see, as Kashif said, those guys, the YA manager ones, are now, we are certified on those guys. Okay, let me go here. See, it's completed. Yeah. So let me do this.
This is the one.
Make it easier for people to see. And you can see that those guys are certified. Okay.
So now this is YA manager's window. And when you go back to your admin window, you as a risk manager will be able to see
you're
what
right.
YA
This
manager
is
has
YA
done.
manager's window, and he only sees two. God, thank you, Kashif. That's why I knew I'd do this together. So here we go, right? Let's have some fun. Hit refresh on the risk manager. See the risk manager's role right here? Okay. Now he will have the ability to see all of them, which are ones and which are not done. Okay. And that's got certified. This one's got certified. And you can see these other guy, reviewer, has not been done. Okay. So those have to be done by someone else, but that's exercise left to the reader, and that you can show. Okay. What's relevant here is now I've already done that. I've done a review. I have two of these completed. Okay. And now someone says, you know what I need? I need a siloed app, what you guys were talking about. So let's go into siloed app. Okay. And that's literally here, CSV off, audits, siloed resources. Okay. So I'm going to call this siloed 0817A. Okay. In case I wind up doing more. And say it's going to be done this week. This is, watch what I've done on this little trick on choose file. It's here, right here. And we'll send you this app, this CSV. It's like it was exported from some type of resource. And now, so I got the name, I chose the file, which is this Finance 101 siloed, and I'm saying generate siloed resource report. Okay. Real straightforward. You have the connector, Okta is their AD. The connector is AAD. Just a mapping field. You can play with this, but we're just using email. And then I have two things I can do. I can say, hey, I want to find the users who are not in the identity store of record, the Azure AD, but are in this siloed app, or I want to make sure the groups are right, or I can do both. Okay. So I'm going to do sort smashing to start with. And just FYI, it's faster when I send it to my Gmail account. So I sent it to G Grayjack at YouAttest here. And that's being done. That's being executed. That got mailed out. And I literally go here now, hit refresh, and I'll have a siloed access review. Okay. You see that thing right there? Can't be any quicker than that, guys. And I take this thing and I can show people. I go, literally, I have a application that now is a report here that says straight out that this user, Shirazam, is not in the identity store record user ID. Okay. So let's also check groups while we're at it. So let's have some fun. I'm going to don't save. And we're going to go back to our wonderful console. We'll go to siloed resources report. And we'll do this siloed 08 and 17B. Make it due this week. And choose file right here. And then we're going to generate siloed report. You can do a regular audit as we always do. Same thing. As already. You can do the email field. You can play with it. It's the others. Okay. Group matching. We already have the groups. Just start typing finance there. And it finds the group. Send it to myself again. I like using Gmail because they're faster. Okay. And I send it. So what this is doing is remember, Kasha, if we talked to our auditors and they said, hey, not only do we have to find those orphan accounts, we also have to find the users that aren't in the identity store record grouping and roles management, but they're not, and they're just thrown into these siloed apps. And that's out of compliance too. And we have a report that does that. So I go here and look at that. It's already here. And we go show in the folder and rock and roll. And I know it looks like a magic, but it's off the screen. So there it is. Now I have a column P, as Kashif told me, is the key. Look at these two right here. Tahir and Shira both not in the right group. All right, that's pretty much it. Most importantly, wonderful team members, is let us know and we will help you out with this. We'll do one-on-ones, we'll do group sessions, etc. And I'm sorry, Kashif, didn't want to throw you on the spot. Anything you want to add?
No, I mean, this was just the siloed resources, but if you want to create a real campaign for a siloed resource after cleaning up the orphan accounts, you can leverage the same module where you just go ahead and instead of selecting the siloed resource button, you can select the create CSV audit button, and you can use the same file and create your regular audits now that it's been cleaned up.
You rock, and we'll probably do that one week and show everyone. All right, y'all. Thanks for your time, and it's a lot of fun. Thanks for your help there, Kashif.
Thank you.
Okay.